Thank you, Pastor Martin, for having you this morning. Viewers over the world, if this is your first time of coming across to our video, subscribe on your notification this morning. I want you to take your time. I want to put this video for you. You will watch this video. As I speak to you, Senate President Ekpa have been finally exposed by Natasha. Take your time and watch this video. I just want to throw more highlights as you watch this video. Pastor Matthew, before I upload this video, I want my audience to watch this video because Akpabio have been disgraced. Yesterday, did you watch what happened in the National Assembly Committee yesterday set up in the case of Natasha yesterday? Dr. Obekwesili was there. Meeting men were there yesterday, but these people, senators, that is representing a boy, took it upon himself and he was insulting all of them yesterday. Don't you think that this is the guy that they're supposed to do recall because it's a disgrace to senators?
Thank you for having me. This has once again reminded us of the impunity that reigns in Nigeria. You can clearly see the distinguished senator at the level of committee having an issue with someone who came to attend and to address the petition that is against Natasha Oti. We are talking about Senator Nweboy having altercation with the former minister, who, of course, for me, I think this is unbecoming of a distinguished senator because he was supposed to comport himself in such a manner that would portray him as a senator of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. But unfortunately, he used some words, unprincipled words, that I cannot even start mentioning. I understand that the woman actually asked him to keep quiet, perhaps because his voice was becoming too loud for the environment. But the way he raised aspersion on the woman, I don't think is expected of a leader of the state.
Pastor, are we now seeing that Agberos have taken over the Senate? Because situation whereby a senator that has been elected by people insulting a woman that is a disgrace to womanhood, we wonder, this kind of person, is he married? This kind of person, when a woman gave birth to him, insulting Dr. Ezekwesili yesterday has also demoted Nigeria senator all over the world. What is your take on this issue? Is it that we have lost it all, whereby even people who represent us in the National Assembly are having a questionable character?
To be quite honest with you, what happens in Nigeria is purely impunity. Have you not even seen recently when that Uber driver came to deliver slaves to a House of Rep member, how he was manhandled? If not for the effort of the Uber driver who captured the scene with his phone, perhaps by now they would have turned the whole issue against the man. But I think this should awaken the consciousness of Nigerians that they should know that power to hire and fire in terms of voting, they should utilize it wisely in terms of voting for Nigerians who are credible, who are responsible, who have gotten to a level of pedigree, not the crop of position we have currently.
Our viewers, watch this video. What happened? How Natasha disgraced the Senate president yesterday. Everywhere right now. Watch it as you watch it and share.
Mr. Chairman, Mr. Chairman, we are not, Mr. Chairman, Mr. Chairman, this, Mr. Chairman, I will turn it off, Mr. Chairman, Mr. Chairman, Mr. Chairman, Mr. Chairman, with due respect, sir. Mr. Chairman, sir, with due respect.
I don't want to fucking herself.
It's okay, madam. It's okay, madam. It's okay, madam.
I think you have to respect yourself. Shut up and take him out. Smell him out. Smell him out. Look like a dog. Look at you. Big fool. Fool at 70. Fool at 70. How can you talk like that? I've been a senator.
I said you're a fool. I take exception
What do you mean?
A senator.
Why are you talking to me like that?
You are a disgrace to the Senate.
You are an insult to womanhood.
You are
an insult to womanhood. And you are here to tell the world that you have not changed.
You cannot
You are
violate
here to
my
tell the
right.
world that you have not changed.
You
At
are
70, you have not changed.
you are a
I'm expecting to take it. I will not
you
take
are
it.
a a scoundrel.
I will not take it.
To insult.
That is why you can never be here. People like you can never be here. People like you can never be here. How can you be? How can you be a fool?
I'm not a hooligan.
You are a hooligan.
So you will be
Mr. Chairman. Mr. Chairman.
the Senate committee chair.
Chairman of the committee. Chairman of the
And you say I should keep my mouth shut. Who are you to say so?
Chairman.
Who are you to say so?
Chairman
Who
of
are
the
you?
Okay, officer.
And you refuse.
Chairman of the committee.
Mr. Chairman, sir. Mr. Chairman, sir.
Chairman.
Mr. Chairman, sir.
Chairman of the committee.
Mr. Chairman,
Chairman of the committee.
Mr. Chairman.
Chairman of the committee.
Mr. Chairman,
Chairman of the committee. Chairman of the committee. Hello. Chairman of the committee. Hello. Chairman of the committee. My distinguished colleagues and the petitioner and those who came to defend the petition. I am Senator Dicket Plan. I move a motion that we adjourn this meeting because the petitioner said he will not be able to testify about his petition for lack of trust in confidence in members of the committee. Since he has no confidence in us and he will not talk because he doesn't on his petition, I move a motion that this meeting, this session should be adjourned.
I ask to be put on oath. I'm a citizen of Nigeria.
Are you a petitioner?
Boss, sir.
and the petitioner has something to
And I said I have something to say, and the chairman is not giving me audience.
Mr. Chairman, sir.
I'm ready to testify.
I ask to be put on oath.
Mr.
I'm ready
Chairman,
to be
sir, with due
testified.
respect.
I ask to be put on oath. You must remember that I asked to be put on oath.
Mr. Chairman, with due respect, sir. With due respect, sir. This might have been resolving this issue, sir. I'm an attorney. I'm an attorney. I was recognized as an attorney. Yes, I was recognized as an attorney. I have a suggestion, sir.
Yesterday, we also saw that the recall of Natasha Akpoti was turned down by INEC yesterday. Say it does not meet the standard. Does it mean that the APC in Kogi State, they have failed?
For the first time in the history of INEC, I think they have decided to do the right thing. Don't forget that even before now, there was a court injunction restraining INEC from accepting petition to record Natasha Akpoti. I think the other people who want her out of the Senate, went and secured a court order from a court of competent coordinate jurisdiction. However, INEC accepted the petition. But I think what is not good is that INEC want to do the right thing. We are going to INEC in their guidelines. They have it that if you want to recall any senator and you submit a petition in that regard, the signatories that are contained in the list and the phone numbers of those who have signed it and the addresses must be attached for purpose of verification. Because having claimed to have gathered a non-signatory in terms of the number of registered voters in that constituency, you have gotten up to 50% of it. Submitted a petition that you attach those signatories. The last line of action would have been for INEC to go and verify the veracity of the addresses and the phone numbers attached to the petition. But INEC is now coming and claiming to say the petition they wrote that the phone numbers, the addresses of those who signed is not there. And you can clearly see a part of video that is currently going online, where you can see 1 or 2 or 3 persons in a room supposedly, allegedly signing for everybody in the constituency. Perhaps they wanted to rig the process. But I think INEC for the first time have decided to do the right thing. And INEC has directed them that if you want us to commence the process of verification, go and attach the phone numbers and addresses of those people. Don't forget that we have heard before now that people were even deceived for the few signatories they have gathered, telling them that they wanted to do empowerment, telling them that they wanted to do give the dividends of democracy, bringing people together and making them to stand to be able to receive empowerment. Not saying that they were being misled to endorse Natasha Ochi's record. So I think all their plan is being unveiled, is being revealed, and I think at this level they should know that the world at this stage is wiser than that primitive manipulation that they are used to.
Pastor Matthew, before I will let you go, President Bola Tinubu, the current president of Nigeria, is traveling from one country to another, begging investors to come and invest in Nigeria. Yet, we keep disgracing ourselves to the world. E.g., what happened in Rivers State, where President Bola Tinubu took it upon himself by removing the sitting governor, the vice, and the deputy, and the House of Assembly of Rivers State. We saw what Senator Akpabio, the people we are looking at, the National Assembly will do the needful. We see it allegedly now that they bribe the senators. Some senators collect $10,000, some collect $5,000, which they have even agreed, but that the money is being paid for Salah.
The point is, it is irrespective of whether they agree or not. They have the burden of, they see bear that burden to prove to Nigerians whether they actually collected money to do that or not.
No, they have agreed that they collected the money shared, but what they said that the money that was shared is for Salah. And many Nigerians are asking now, all the old senators in national, and all of them are Muslim, why are you sharing $5,000 for each senator when Nigerians are hungry? Now, my question now is that, don't you think that Bola Tinubu also is wasting our taxpayers' money? Because you can't be going to the country and be begging investors to come, whereas we disgrace ourselves to international. E.g., like America, Donald Trump don't need to beg any country to come and invest. Even despite when he came in, he brought some laws that will restrict some investors. But some investors are still running. South Arab country, they are running to US to go and invest because they see that US is a fertile place to invest. But unlike Nigeria, where our president will take taxpayers' money, moving from one country to another to beg investors to come and invest.
The point is, it is irrespective of whether Mr. President is jumping from one country to another, trying to win investors. That is not what naturally brings investors. There are so many factors that determine whether investors will come into your country. One, they are looking at your laws. They are looking at whether your local law will permit them to recoup their money, repatriate their money back to their country. That's a situation where international airline operators are finding it difficult to repatriate their earnings back to their respective countries. So if you want more investment to come in, you must address something. We are talking about insecurity. That has not been addressed. No country, no individual, no investor will bring his money, resources, expatriates into an economy where security is a challenge. So as a matter of fact, as a matter of necessity, the government must address the issue of insecurity for investors. So it's not enough for Mr. President to be jumping all around. What is necessary is to address those fundamental issues. Investors will come naturally.
Thank you so much, Pastor Matthew, for having you this morning. We look forward to be seeing you often on this channel. Thank you so much for having me.
I actually understand that J. Tinubu and Chetima, they threw punch some times ago.
It's reported that they had fight at Asoro that Tinubu have to give a punch to the vice president, and also they have a physical fight that
he slapped him. He slapped him. Obviously, it's not an altercation that was, done or performed in mime. There was a physical fit. It wasn't mimic. He threw punch at him. That's why Chetima, for some months now, has distanced himself from Tinubu. Wike and Cheyi have hijacked the office of the vice presidency.
There is unconfirmed report that Sheyi Tinubu is now the one in charge of acting as the vice president of Federal Republic of Nigeria, meaning that Chetima have taken the back door. There's a crack on the presidency. Mr. Rav, do you think that the rumor going around is a true rumor that the vice president have been stepped aside by President Bola Tinubu.
He has relegated his duty. The vice president duty has been relegated to Sheyi Tinubu. Sheyi Tinubu is the Abakari of his father's administration. That was when Abakari was actually designated to the position of vice presidency during Muhammad Buhari administration. Sheyi Tinubu is the one going to and fro, actually doing the functionalities of the current vice president of Nigeria, Kachima Chetima. You've seen currently when Sheyi Tinubu visited Lagos, he came to Lagos on a convoy of 250 cars. That actually shows or indicated that his father is, in the future preparing this young boy to take over from Sanwo-Olu, the governor of Lagos State. But he has now actually called him closer. That's the reason why he is now performing the designation given to Kachima Chetima to learn administration, to learn on how to at least address people and how to manage people. Sheyi Tinubu currently is the vice president of Nigeria. It is spelled out, but due to the fact it is not officially at least endorsed, the lawmakers, the executive, even the judiciary could not come out and tell Nigerians why Sheyi Tinubu is actually the one that has replaced Kachima Chetima. Then we should actually understand that Sheyi Tinubu and Chetima, they threw a punch some times ago.
It's reported that the hard fight at Asoro that Tinubu have to give a punch to the vice president, and also they have a physical fight that
he slapped him. He slapped him. Obviously, it's not an altercation that was, done or performed in mime. There was a physical fit. It wasn't mimic. He threw a punch at him. That's why Chetima, for some months now, has distanced himself from Tinubu. Wike and Sheyi have hijacked the office of the vice presidency. The young boy and the 51-year-old Wike is now the vice president of Nigeria. That office has actually, been devoid of Chetima's presence recently. And it is, to me, so shocking that the legislative, that the judiciary, as two organs, strong, powerful organs of government, have actually distanced themselves from their rift. It was a serious rift, and nobody's saying anything about it. But you can see we enter investigative journalism, and we found out that this has been going on and on. Nigerian newspapers are writing nonsense. Our journalists have been bought over. That's why we, the partners of YouTube, we work hard to make sure that we are unearthing most of the hidden information, at least politically, going on in Nigeria. Nigerian politicians, they have actually failed to understand the insensitivity that the two organs of government are actually exhibiting this time around, without at least taking it into consideration that Chetima and Tinubu have distanced themselves. Serious rift going on at Asoro currently. Sheyi has actually taken over the position of Nigerian vice president. That's why the father is giving him convoys of 200 cars, 250 cars, sending him all errands to Lagos State to romance.
Yes, last week Sheyi was in the northeast route. He toured the entire northeast.
Yes.
And last upper week, Sheyi was in the north central. He toured the entire north central.
He's studying the terrain of northeastern Nigeria. That's Borno
So
State.
people were asking questions.
Yes.
What is Sheyi actually doing in the north?
No, he's trying to study the terrain, trying to pacify with the Hausas and the Fulanis to actually make sure they are going to back his father. Because actually he understands that the Hausas, the Ariwas, are having serious rift with Tinubu right away. That's why they are promising Tinubu hell comes election 2027. So Tinubu's son is always on an errand sent to him by his father, to go and be at least evangelizing for peace between his father and the Fulanis. The Fulanis has actually, pulled their hair through it by swearing. that come what may, Tinubu is not going to see the office of Asurok comes 2027, which was why Atiku right away is in coalition with Kwankwaso, El Rufai, Obi, Babache, and so on and so forth. That's why change is everywhere. Change is everywhere. Change is coming to southeastern Nigeria this new week. Today is the last day of the week. Comes new week, which starts tomorrow. Change is going to grace Anambra State, Imo State, Enugu State, evangelizing for his father's second coming. Because everybody has actually known that his father was dead on arrival. Very, very clueless. Look at the declaration of emergency in Rivers. How could he, Tinubu, have done that? To have removed a sitting governor, a presiding governor, who was politically elected, democratically elected, the way you were elected. It is not done in any advanced society. Tinubu has failed. Emergency declaration in Rivers State has actually brought